There are three main reasons going to the dermatologist is actually making your acne worse. And today I'm going to share them. Hi there, my name is Therese, and I had really bad acne, believe it or not, for 15 years. I finally cleared my acne naturally with food, and I've made it my life's mission to get you clear skin without harsh chemicals, pills, and or creams. So if you're interested in learning more about how I could support you to heal your acne naturally, apply to my natural acne clearing program, The Clear Code, via the link below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. I'm having lighting issues today, so we're doing a standing up video. I hope it works. So first things first, I'm not gonna say what you think I'm gonna say. And that is, I am not going to bash dermatologists at all. They're some of the smartest people on the planet, and they usually have to go through such rigorous education and training to get where they are. There's no way in the world I'll be bashing dermatologists. However, I do believe that there is a huge knowledge gap when it comes to natural acne clearing and the current options available to heal your acne. And I think dermatologists really only offer certain things that I don't think work for you long term. Also, like you, I have been to well over 15 dermatologist appointments over the years, right? And you know, some of them were okay, but most of them, I would walk in, the person would kind of look at me for less than maybe let's say 60 seconds. They wouldn't ask anything about me, my life, my needs, my wants, my desires, my fears, nothing, really no medical history. And then they would just like throw hormones or pills at me. Does that sound familiar? Now, in some cases this makes sense, but in other cases I just found that my experience as a dermatologist when it came to my acne was always a lesson in misery. So that's kind of the number one reason I think that going to dermatologists can often make your acne not better, and at the worst case scenario worse, because they don't really ask anything about you. Thankfully, acne is not such a wildly, you know, medically challenging condition, right? It's not something that's gonna deeply hurt us down the road. It's just kind of like a cosmetic topical thing, but it deeply impacts our self-esteem. And so to go to a dermatologist, have them barely look at me, barely ask me any questions, and throw hormones at me, the same hormones that were making me miserable, overweight, moody, have all these weird side effects, feel completely out of touch with my body, it didn't work. And the options that they would offer me made things worse. Here's why some of the traditional options that are recommended from an acne clearing perspective are actually making your acne worse. Number one, the birth control pill. While it has amazing capabilities for so many different things, I found that going on it for my acne not only prolonged my acne challenges, but made the present day worse. And so by that I mean I was moody, I had really bad weight issues. When I would go on the pill, I would either gain a ton of weight or lose a ton of weight, neither of which was optimal. My skin would sometimes get better, but not always. And when I would go to the dermatologist or the gynecologist even and say, hey, this isn't working for me, they would just throw me on another one. And then just a different form of issues would pop up. Also, the birth control pill has been known and shown to cause, number one, gut health challenges. So you're known to kind of experience some vitamin deficiencies, which are really common in acne sufferers, which is ironic, right? So you're taking the pill to clear your acne, and then the second you go off, and or even while you're on the pill, you become a little deficient in certain vitamins that will keep your skin clear. So when, and I don't even want to say if, when you go off the pill, you're kind of faced with more challenges than when you began. You're also going to experience an androgen rebound, most likely when you come off the pill, right? Because you've been taking estrogen, progestin, all these kind of artificial hormones that are going to naturally lower hormones like testosterone. And the second you go off, within 3 to 6 months is usually when people come to find me for my acne clearing program, because their skin is way worse than when they began. And you can't stay on the pill forever, especially if you want to have a baby one day, right? Like, it's not something that you can do long term. So taking the pill, in my opinion, just for acne, mild to moderate acne anyways, is just like putting a band-aid on a larger problem and not getting to the root of the issue and making the problem worse. The second reason I think that going to the dermatologist can sometimes make your acne worse is that they're going to offer you things like benzoyl peroxide or clindamycin or topical antibiotics and or oral antibiotics. When I was offered these things, 100 times out of 100, they would make my skin better for 3 to 6 months. I would rejoice. Life was beautiful. I finally found the thing that cleared my skin, right? And then it would stop. And at the time I was so confused. You know, I was 19 or 22, right? And this was a long time ago. So the internet wasn't what it is now. And I just would be so confused that this thing that worked for a while would stop. And over time, I've learned that the most common reason that happens is because of bacterial resistance at the pore. So basically you're using things that address the bacteria that causes acne. You're using like a medicine that kills it, but that bacteria learns over time and it's like, no, we won't go. And then it becomes resistant. And then there you are 3 to 6 months later. There are 4 conditions needed at the pore for you to break out on this note. You need too many skin cells, too much oil at your pore, then your skin cells aren't sloughing off the way they should, so your process of desquamation, is what it's called, is impaired. And then P. acnes gets in and infects everything. Here's why I think that these kind of traditional approaches from a benzoyl peroxide or a clindamycin or a doxycycline even approach, I think they fall short because they don't address the 3 other conditions at the pore. We're always gonna have bacteria everywhere. Bacteria is like one of the most common life forms in the universe. It exists on every surface everywhere, right? Trying to kill the bacteria that causes acne or trying to like get rid of it, it's kind of like a losing battle. And so as I've gotten older and as I've worked with more clients, the more I see these kind of same habits repeat over and over again, the more I think, God, like we've just gotten it all wrong when it comes to treating acne. We should really be focusing on those 3 other conditions at the pore, what we can do from a nutritional perspective, supplements, vitamin deficiency. The more I've learned and studied these things, the more I feel like we've really gotten a lot of this stuff wrong. And we've focused too much on addressing that P. acnes part of the equation as opposed to the 3 other conditions at the pore. So how can we address things from nutrition, gut health, blood sugar management, hormonal balancing to impact those other 3 conditions first, so that by the time P. acnes shows up or as P. acnes exists on your face, you don't have those other 3 conditions present at the pore, so you're not gonna have the challenge. I guarantee you that I have P. acnes on my face right now, but I don't have too many skin cells, I don't have too much oil, and my skin cells are sloughing off the way they should, so I don't have acne. The 3rd reason I think that going to the dermatologist can sometimes make your acne worse is because, I'm trying to think of the number. I'd say 80% of my clients that come to me, like myself, have tried a traditional method. So Accutane, the birth control pill, benzoyl peroxide, clindamycin, salicylic acid, BHAs. They work for a little bit and then their acne comes back. And again, I come back to this moment, right, where I feel like we've completely missed the point in terms of addressing the other 3 factors at the pore. I feel like the majority of our topicals and medicine approaches, right, address the P. acnes at the pore, which again, I feel is a losing battle. And also maybe like the skin cell, the desquamation process, a lot of the retin A products, so like topical vitamin A products, they'll address like skin cells sloughing off, but nothing traditionally, right, from the dermatologist, again, when I went, address those other 2 conditions at the pore, the sebum levels and the too many skin cells at the pore. Over my years, I've been helping people heal their acne naturally for 9 years now, believe it or not. And over the years, it has become 100% clear to me that the more you address blood sugar management, which impacts blood glucose levels, which impacts insulin levels, which impacts insulin growth factor 1 levels, which impacts too many skin cells at the pore, the better off you'll be. The more I've done research on gut health and hormonal balancing and how when you address both of those from a holistic and natural perspective, you naturally balance out and lower sebum levels at the pore, the more I've become convinced that we've really gotten it wrong when it comes to acne healing. Again, if you have severely cystic acne, right, all over your face, all over your chest, your back, your forehead, etc., I do think that certain interventions can be super helpful. And if someone comes to me, for example, and they have severe acne, and they're asking, I think I should go on Accutane or etc., listen, do what you need to do to feel better, because I have had acne and it feels awful. And I'm not a doctor, this is not medical advice, but if you have mild to moderate acne, and every time you go to the dermatologist, you feel worse and you feel like there's a deeper root issue happening with you and your skin, I'm here to tell you that you're probably right, and that adjusting things from a nutritional, gut health, blood sugar management, hormonal balancing perspective could probably heal your acne naturally and help you keep it clear for good without these harsh chemicals, pills, and or creams. So if you're interested in learning more how to do that, if you want to know how to clear your acne naturally, apply to my natural acne clearing program, the Clear Code, via the link below. It's an application-only program. I really want to make sure it's going to change your life and be a good fit for you. I will tell you if it's not, and if it is, I will tell you that as well. And I would love to hop on the phone and chat with you to see if I can help. Also, we have a private Facebook group of people struggling with their acne just like you. So if you're interested in learning more, click the link below and apply to our group there as well. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new one. Again, I think dermatologists are brilliant, and the amount of education they have to go through and experience is fantastic. And I think there is a huge, huge gap in terms of how we treat acne long term and how we could be treating it instead. And if you know someone who's been dealing with acne for a long time and they've done a lot of the things that I'm mentioning, so they've tried a bunch of things, it helped for a little bit and then their acne came back, please send them this video. I would love to help them, support them, and confirm what their gut is already telling them.